Hi, I'm Margaret Welch Fall, and this is my book review. I chose my book based on, I went out to the book list and placed an order, and whatever showed up first was going to be the book that I read. And Amazon chose to send me All the President's Men by Bernstein and Bob Woodward, and it's 2014, and it's based on Watergate and the scandal behind the Watergate. I read the book page to page, from cover to cover, and I was very impressed. I enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it. I have seen the movie several times, and generally movies are not as good as the book. The book goes into detail of the whole investigation, pretty much step by step, the hurdles that these two reporters had to go through. And the case starts with a break-in, unusual event at the Democratic National Headquarters on July 17th, 1972. Burglars broke in to the Watergate Hotel. A security guard noticed that the door was open, had been left open, and calls the police. Later, 5 men are arrested with photographic equipment, bugging equipment. The next morning, Bob Woodward he's pretty junior at the Washington Post. He's been there about 9 months. Gets a phone call from his boss, the city editor, and he's told of the break-in, and he's not real excited about this particular assignment. He wanted something a little bit more exciting, something with a little bit more teeth. And needless to say, he did not know what he was getting into. But when he goes to the arraignment, he realizes that these were not your average criminals. 4 of them were from Miami. They were Cuban. Already had attorneys, local attorneys, and had not made a phone call yet. And the 5th gentleman claimed to have worked with the CIA. So to me, that doesn't get any better. It goes from there into all of the steps, the evidence. They kind of followed the money, and it had it all. It had, all the crime, the murder, the mysteries, the corruption. It was all here in this book. And as I was reading it, of course, I had a couple of nights where I read, and my husband said, "You have to turn off the light." I really enjoyed it, but I was trying to figure out how I was going to take this into an elementary classroom, and my thoughts on this would be that K through 3, but primarily 3rd grade, would be they need to know about the president. They need to know what the president's job is, what they do, how they get elected, what a 4-year term means, and this could segue into where the president lives, and where he works, which is the most famous address in all of the United States. And then from there, what the different branches are. And then we could go into like President's Day. They could each be elected. They could actually do a debate in the class. So I did come, after I started brainstorming, it did open a few doors to probably about 6 to 7 ideas for lessons. So thank you for me reading this book, because I probably would not have picked this book up since I had seen the movie. And thanks Amazon for making sure it was the first one to come.